द स्टोरी ऑफ गौतमा's क्वेस्ट. क्वेस्ट मतलब सर्च, कुछ ढूंढना, टू फाइंड आउट समथिंग. Gautama, the Buddha, was born over 2500 years ago as the Prince Siddhartha. He was the son of a king, Raja Shuddhodana. He was born on the sacred day, matlab Shubha Divas, of Vishaka Purnima at Lumbini, situated near the city Kapilavastu. 7 days after his birth, his mother Maya Devi passed away. It was professed मतलब to say that it will happen in future, मतलब भविष्यवाणी होना कि पहले क्या होने वाला है, in the future what is going to happen. In olden days when gods used to exist, at that time भविष्यवाणी होती थी और पता चलता था कि आगे फ्यूचर में क्या होने वाला है. So it was professed at his birth that the infant, newborn baby, would grow to either a great Chakravarti, that is an emperor, or a sannyasi, that is renunciate, जो सब कुछ छोड़ के सिर्फ भगवान के लिए अपने आप को अर्पण कर देता है. Who would bring comfort to thousands of lost souls. The king was determined to prevent his beloved son from renouncing. Renouncing मतलब the king was trying all he could do so that his son would like to stay in the palace and not leaving the world. He surrounded the prince with all the imaginary luxury and comfort. It is said that the king had 3 magnificent मतलब बहुत सुंदर, beautiful palaces, one of each for each season in the year. And in the beautiful atmosphere of these royal mansions, that is beautiful palaces, Prince Siddharth lived his secluded means secured, not attending many people, private, protected life. In good time, the prince was married to one of the most beautiful girls in Realm. Realm मतलब उस particular kingdom के सबसे सुंदर princess से उनकी शादी हुई. Princess Yashodhara, the daughter of Kolyan king. Soon, a son Rahul was born to them. At the age of 29, Siddharth went out to see his kingdom and meet his subjects. Subjects मतलब वो अपने लोगों को जानना चाहते थे. He doesn't wanted to stay in the palace and rule over the kingdom, but he wanted to know the people in real. He beheld what the Buddhist book called 4 signs witnesses the impermanence of the world. Impermanence मतलब temporary situation of the world. He saw an old man, a diseased man, a dead man and a monk. अब जब भी हम इन लोगों को देखते हैं, an old person, we feel pity, we feel sad about them. A diseased man, when we look at them, we feel bad and we feel that the person should recover at earliest. Dead man, you don't feel happy, you feel sad. Again, a monk, the one who has left the world and he is living an alone life. He is a member of a religious community. And there entered into his heart a vision of dukha. Now इतने सालों तक किंग जो थे उन्होंने प्रिंस सिद्धार्थ को अपने पैलेस में ही रखा था, उनको बाहर जाने दिया ही नहीं. सो ही नेवर सॉ दीज ऑल द sadness of reality of life, but when he went out he saw all these things and there entered the vision. first time उन्होंने दुख क्या होता है, the word sorrow क्या होता है, that came into his mind. what is the way out of this world sorrow. फिर उन्होंने सोचा कि ये जो दुख है, ये जो sorrow है, इसमें से बाहर कैसे निकाल सकते हैं, कैसे निकल सकता है एक इंसान. he asked himself repeatedly, he again and again asked himself. The unanswerable question led to him to renounce the world completely, leave his wife and son and set out for the quest of truth of life. So ये जो question था कि इस दुख में से बाहर कैसे निकाला जा सकता है किसी को. How can a person be removed from this dukkha world sorrow. This question kept on coming to his mind again and again, and this unanswerable question led him to renounce the world. So वो आखिर सन्यासी हो गए. The story of Gautama's quest that ends in illumination and attainment of nirvana. Nirvana मतलब peace, happiness, is one of the most moving tales of our times. For 6 years did Gautama practice intense asceticism, that is self-discipline. He used to go from place to place and try to get peace, try to get the answer of his question. For several days in succession, that is, for several days in his इनहेरिटिंग प्रोसेस ऑफ फाइंडिंग आउट अ थिंग. सक्सेशन मतलब उसका जो उनका जो मिशन था कि अब ये क्वेश्चन का हमें आंसर ढूंढना ही है. सो फॉर सेवरल डेज ही trained himself, he meditated, he tried to find out the answer. He ate barely a grain of rice, means he was not eating anything. His strong athletic body was reduced to a bag of bones. मतलब as a prince he was having his food and his body was really very good, athletic strong body, which was turned into bag of bones like a skeleton. But it served no purpose. मतलब इतना सब करने के बाद भी, even after doing so much of intense asceticism, meditating, self discipline for so many years, for 6 years, he did not get any answer. The Buddha then scattered a handful of grass on the ground beneath the Bodhi tree. Bodhi मतलब पीपल का पेड़. And formed a seat for himself. I care not if my skin and nerves and bones decay, he thought. मतलब जब वो पीपल के पेड़ के नीचे बैठे थे, दैट टाइम ही स्टार्टेड थिंकिंग कि मैं ये नहीं मैं अपने बारे में नहीं सोचता हूँ, एंड आई डोंट केयर इफ़ माई बॉडी इज स्टार्टिंग डीकेइंग. बॉडी डीके कब होती है? आफ्टर अ पर्सन डाइज, करेक्ट? सो ही इज थिंकिंग दैट इवन इफ माई बॉडी इज गोइंग टू डीके नाउ, आई एम नॉट गोइंग टू केयर. I care not if my life blood dries. I don't care if my blood dries completely without food. I shall not give up until I attain my enlightenment, until I get my answer. What divine willpower in these words! And what may man achieve if he would wake up his willpower? So now he is thinking that what can a person achieve with so much of discipline? What can a man achieve if he tries to willpower? Willpower जो होती है ना, you can relate it to the word motivation. Okay, if you are motivated, if you are completely given to a particular task, means you have given up yourself for a particular task, you have thought that this thing I am going to do anyhow and I can do it, then a person can achieve everything and anything he wants. It is said that he saw a vision which contained a message for him. Now at that time, while meditating, he saw a message, and what was that message? Let's see. That message acted as a spiritual stimulant for him. Spiritual stimulant मतलब अपने आप को मोटिवेट करने जैसा वो मैसेज था. So that message which he saw during the meditation was a spiritual stimulant for Buddha. And what was this message? ऐसा क्या मैसेज था जो बुद्धा ने देखा और उनको रियलाइज़ हुआ कि मैं ये टास्क कर सकता हूँ, मुझे ये आंसर मिल सकता है. आई स्टिल नीड टू कीप ऑन डूइंग इट and I still need to keep my willpower strong. Let's see what was that message. Tune the sitar neither low nor high. Tune the sitar neither low nor high. The string overstretched breaks and the music dies. The string overslack is dumb and the music dies. ये मैसेज उन्होंने उस दिन देखा था. तो इस मैसेज में क्या बोला है? एग्जाम्पल सितार का दिया गया है. Sitar is it is a musical instrument which looks little similar to the guitar. It has strings on it to create the music. So while tuning the sitar, you should not tune it very high or very low. The music is going to, if the string is stretched very hard, the string is going to break definitely, and the music is going to end. And if the string is loose, dumb, and if you don't put enough strength, the music is going to die anyhow. So in this form he understood that अगर मैं अपने आप को overstretch कर देता हूँ, my body will die and my purpose will be incomplete. But if I leave everything and I go home back, then again my purpose is going to be incomplete. So instead of leaving it completely or doing it very harshly, I should take it slow. I should take the purpose, I should do it in the stable way. So he thought to himself, I too have tortured my body to starvation. मैंने भी अपने आप को थोड़ा ज़्यादा ही starve किया है. I have troubled my body a lot. I have taken to extremes. Let me follow the middle path now. When he tried to get up to take the bath in the river that day, he found out that his body has become so weak that he could not rise up. Just then, a beautiful girl named Sujata appeared before him, carrying a golden bowl filled with a sweetened milk and rice. When she saw the weakened ascetic is a person who appears to follow a severe discipline, self-discipline. He is not involved in any type of religion or culture. That time she said, looking at Buddha, she understood that this person is someone who is very, very sacred. So what she did is, she said, she kept that bowl in the feet of his and said, Lord, please accept my offering of milk and rice. Buddha accepted her offering. This was the first meal after many days of starvation. It refreshed him and infused a new strength in him. He realized that making the body suffer was not the way to achieve the enlightenment or truth. So he understood कि अगर मैं body को torture कर रहा हूँ and if I am not giving my body enough food, I am not going to get my answer anyway, or I am not going to get the truth behind the question. So what should he do? Gautama had longed for enlightenment. That night he found the answer to his query. Finally उनको answer मिल गया. So what was the answer? What is the cause of sorrow? The cause of sorrow is desire. नीड इज समथिंग जो अपनी बेसिक नीड्स होते हैं, जैसे फूड, क्लोथिंग, शेल्टर. और डिज़ायर क्या होता है कि इंस्टेड ऑफ फूड आई वॉन्ट पिज्ज़ा. नाउ इफ आई एम गेटिंग द फूड एट होम, स्टिल आई डिज़ायर टू गेट समथिंग एक्स्ट्रा. It is not necessary and I don't get, I'm going to feel sad. So need is something which is necessary for you, but desire is something which leads to sorrow. I have a car with me, but instead of having a small car, I desire to have a big Scorpio or BMW. That is my desire. Understood? And if I don't get it, I'm going to have sorrow. The cure of sorrow is to give up all the desires and adopt right living. For example, you have your family, you have enough food, you have clothing, shelter. You should be happy with what you have, and you should be choosing a path which leads to right living instead of having the greedy living, right? Born under a tree, the Buddha received illumination also under a tree. So when he was born under a tree, he also, when he got the illumination, when he got the answer of his question, even at that particular time he was under the tree, he was meditating. To this day, we venerate this day as Bodhi tree. Bodhi tree is known as people tree. So I hope everyone has understood today's story and try to solve all the questions which are given under the lesson. Try to solve these questions in your textbook itself, okay? And write short notes in your notebook. Thank you.